It was only 10:42 a.m., and Carlos already wanted to go home. Nothing had gone as planned. His first meeting of the day started late, then ran over time. The presentation he had stayed up late to finish had a technical issue. None of the animations worked, and a chart was missing. On top of that, his manager had sent him a last-minute request marked urgent, and the office kitchen had run out of coffee. Carlos stood at the water cooler holding a paper cup and staring blankly ahead. His coworker Emma walked by and asked, "You good?" He gave a tired smile. "Not really. Today's been a mess." They walked together back to their desks, and Carlos started venting in a quiet voice. "I was up until midnight working on that presentation. And then this morning, of course, the projector didn't work. And then Mark asked me for a report with zero notice, and I haven't had a sip of caffeine." Emma raised an eyebrow. "Oof, that's a rough combo." Carlos sighed. "Yeah, it's just one of those days." Emma nodded. "I've had plenty. Want to take a 5-minute walk? Might help." Outside, the air was cold but refreshing. They walked slowly around the block. Carlos kept talking, not complaining exactly, but just letting it out. "Sometimes I feel like I'm doing 3 jobs at once. I say yes to everything, and then I'm drowning by 10 a.m. "Have you told your manager that?" Emma asked. "Not directly. I always feel weird bringing it up. I don't want to sound like I can't handle it. It's not about weakness. It's about being realistic. No one can do everything." Carlos was quiet for a moment. Then he laughed. "You should be my manager." That night, Carlos went home, changed into sweatpants, and collapsed on the couch. He grabbed his notebook and wrote in English, something he did to clear his mind. He wrote, "Today was overwhelming. Everything felt urgent. I need to learn to say no sometimes. I'm proud that I stayed calm even when I wanted to scream." Then he wrote some English phrases that had come up during the day. "It's been one of those days. Everything went wrong this morning. I'm running on empty. This is way too much for one person. Can we push this to tomorrow?" He said them out loud to himself, slowly and clearly. The next day, Carlos decided to be a little more direct with his manager. He walked into her office and said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" "Of course. What's up?" He sat down. "Yesterday was tough. I had back-to-back tasks, and I couldn't give any of them my full attention. I want to do good work, but I need clearer priorities. Can we talk about that?" She looked surprised, then thoughtful. "I didn't realize you were overloaded. Thanks for telling me. Let's go over your task list together." Carlos felt a wave of relief. Just saying it, clearly and professionally, had helped. At lunch, he saw Emma and said, "Thanks for listening yesterday. That short walk saved me." She grinned. "Anytime. That's what coworkers are for." Later, Carlos practiced even more phrases in English, things he could say next time he had a bad day or wanted to check in with a teammate, talking about your day. "It's been non-stop since 8 a.m. I feel behind on everything. Nothing is going according to plan." Expressing stress. "I'm a bit overwhelmed right now. This task is taking longer than expected. Can we shift this to later in the week? Offering support to others? Need a break? Want to talk about it? That sounds frustrating." You got a lot on your plate. The more he practiced, the more comfortable he felt using these expressions in real conversations, not just in his notebook. Bad days happen to everyone, but learning how to talk about them in English helps you connect with others, express yourself honestly, and take care of your mental space. You don't need to say big, complicated things. Sometimes simple words are enough. Today's been tough. I'm doing my best, but I'm exhausted. I need a quick break to reset. Whether you're talking to a coworker, a manager, or a friend, English can help you feel seen, heard, and supported. Practice out loud, try different styles, and soon it will feel completely natural. Thank you for practicing with me today. See you in the next lesson.